The American dream, an idea which has cunningly evaded many who dare to chase it. With the birth of America as a nation in 1776 came the birth of America as a dream. However, what is the American dream? It can be argued that the American dream, through the lenses of different individuals, can mean different things. In my goal to ascertain the true implication of the American dream, I will survey Americans from varying walks of life, be them old, young, natural born, or immigrant, all in an attempt to answer one fundamental question. Is the concept of the American dream unique in the eyes of one or generic in the eyes of many? Welcome, Mr. Sanchez.
Hi.
Hi. So, what is the American dream, and to what extent is it achievable for all Americans?
I don't know what that is, first of all.
Okay, so the American dream is the whole idea of how immigrants can come, not just
Oh.
immigrants, people can, yeah, okay,
Gotcha. So from people from other countries can come.
and just and people in general,
Okay, so,
So-
they can come to the United States
and do what?
and do like work and live.
Work and live, right? Make a life for themselves, right?
Yes.
All right. So, to what extent do you think this is achievable for all Americans?
This is achievable to all Americans to be great. Yeah.
No, I need. I know.
Ah.
Okay. So, how do you think all Americans can achieve this? Do you think First of all, do you think everybody can achieve the American dream?
Yes and no. Like there's some people who like think their country's better than America and just stay in their country.
Mm-hmm.
When they're a communist country and we're like freedom and we try helping other people out, not to persuade them to come to America, but just to give them a little helping hand, not to persuade them to come.
Right. Okay. All right. In what ways is the American dream mean different things for different Americans? So how like the American dream would be different for someone who's rich compared to someone who's poor.
Okay, so that would be like if a rich person, like they would have to depend on the job, and that would be not communist, but that would be biased. Because basically you're dividing them by social class. Like the poor have poor jobs, the rich have rich jobs. And
Right.
They're just higher than.
So would you say it's harder for
Yeah.
poor people to reach their American dreams?
Yeah.
And it's easier for rich people to achieve
Yes.
their American dreams, right?
Yes.
Some of them may have already achieved them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how has the American dream changed over time?
It changed a lot of ways with segregation and segregation. It just changed a lot.
So how has segregation changed because we're defining the American dream as, coming to America, getting a job, making stable income, getting a family, providing for your family, sending them to college, and just prospering, right?
Yes.
So how do you think like segregation back in those times would have changed that American dream?
It would have changed because you would just be placed into what your skin color school was. If you're Hispanic, you would be placed into a Hispanic school. If you're black, you would be placed into a black school.
Okay.
You would never be around different races in that.
Guys, off the stage.
You'll never be around different races.
So, what is your American dream, and have you achieved it? So, like, where do you see yourself in like 10 to 15 years?
Being a role model to different races and like not stop segregation at once, like never having it come back ever again.
Okay. Like, I'm talking about like job-wise.
Yeah.
Like social life-wise.
So like if I made a business, I want every race to have a stable in myself in 10 to 15 years from now, having a stable job that supports me and my family during the lows and highs, and just financially having benefits that will help us and my mom and everybody else.
All right, cool. All right, so what is the American dream, and to what extent is it achievable for all Americans?
The American dream, well, the American dream, as you would ask most people coming to this country or immigrants into this country, would be to come to this country, become rich, have a family, have a stable position in life, be a citizen of the United States.
Okay.
To what extent?
To what extent is it achievable for all Americans?
Depends on what your dream is.
Do you believe that all Americans can achieve the American dream?
If they try for it, yeah.
Okay. All right. in what ways does the American dream mean different things for different Americans? So, like, consider like cases of economics. You know, rich people versus poor people, immigrants versus natural-born people. How is the American dream different for different people?
Hypothetically speaking, for an immigrant to come into America, like I said, their dream is to, like I said, be a active civilian or a citizen in the United States, do their best, do what's right for their new country coming into the United States.
Mm-hmm.
For a rich person, they might have their American dream because they're already rich,
Right.
up high class.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you think their American dream would be?
For
A
a
rich
high
person.
economic stat,
Mhm.
probably just keep getting rich, stay rich, get
Okay.
new things,
Mhm.
monetary value.
Okay. How has the American dream changed over time? So consider, you know, John Winthrop coming to America from 1609 to, you know, Donald Trump to now. How do you think the standard American dream, the average American dream, how has that changed from then to now?
From then to now, well, back during the Civil War, an African American dream might be to become a free man or a free woman, depending who they are. Land, do their own job, live prejudice free. To someone who's a free African American, has a job. There's still racism, but not as much as there was, or oppression as there was during the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the American dream has changed a lot. A lot of people want more, monetary value. Things like physical things that they can hold on to, like your phone. Some people might want phones. Some people might want just things to hold physically.
Right. So would you say that the whole trying to reach our American dream has become more laziness? Would you say that?
I say it's just getting things without working for it.
Okay, good. All right. Now, what is your American dream, and have you achieved it yet?
My American dream is just to do what's right, because I'm enlisting in the military after school. I want to do things for this country. I want to do things for the people I'm fighting for.
What's your plan after?
After the military?
Mhm.
Maybe go to college,
Okay.
police.
Okay.
And have I reached it? No. I haven't reached my American dream yet.
Right. Do you plan to have a family? You know, a house?
Yeah.
Good stuff in life? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Okay. What is the American dream, and to what extent is it achievable for all Americans?
I think the American dream is different for everybody. Like for a lot of the people that are coming from foreign countries, their belief of the American dream is the opportunity to do better with their life, so that they're not, it's different from their home country where they're oppressed, or there's different laws that keep them down and keep them from achieving anything in life. So like the American dream is to come to America, be able to provide for your family, and provide in abundance.
Okay. How has the American dream changed over time? Think of it like this, like from John Winthrop coming in 1609, the Puritan era of America, back in those times, to Donald Trump and everybody. How do you think the American dream has changed over time?
Well, what the American dream nowadays is like everybody wants to be a rapper. Like everybody wants a Kardashian life, like
Right.
nobody values people. I think a lot of people think that you come to America and you're gonna get rich quick,
Right.
like without the hard work and without the struggle. And before that, it was, you can come to America and achieve better things, but like you still knew that there was gonna be hard work involved in that. And now it's just like a get rich quick scheme. Values education. Everybody values materialistic things. It's all about what you have. It's not about like connections or anything.
Okay. How How is the American dream different for people of different socioeconomic classes?
Well, there's like Donald Trump, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a rich person
Right.
who like what's his American dream to cleanse society.
Donald Trump, you talked about his American dream.
And then there's just people of lower socioeconomic class. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's different though nowadays.
Right. Okay.
It's just like people. Like for me, when my parents came to America, like they thought it was for like a better opportunity and for me to go to school and but nowadays it's just like I said, like it's the get rich quick
Mm-hmm.
schemes, and like everybody just thinks like you don't have to go to school to be rich.
Right. Okay. What is the perspective of a given nature, culture, or region in regards to the American dream, and what factors create those? So, like the American dream in terms of people already born in America, as opposed to foreign immigrants. You know.
I think I kind of already addressed that in the beginning. Like,
Okay. What is your American dream, and have you achieved it?
I have a job. Yeah, I have an education.
So-
An education.
Okay, so your American dream is that you believe that you need to get an education, you need to find a career that you like, and you need to contribute to society, right?
Yeah,
That's basically what you said.
pretty much.
Pretty much? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so to start out, what is the American dream?
I think so. American dream is to have a good job. You can have a house, picket fence, dogs, take care of your children, not be in debt, you know. That's the American dream.
Okay. Do you think that all Americans can achieve their American dream?
I think so. Anybody can achieve it. It just needs a lot of hard work
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
perseverance to go through a lot of, hardship.
Mhm.
But it's achievable.
So describe the difference between the American dream of like a poor person in contrast to like a rich person. How do you think their American dreams differ?
Well, for a poor person, it can be just putting the meal on the table to have keep, out of trouble, have a roof over the head, have, like little things which other rich people can take for granted, For rich people, American dream can be flying on jet, going to Vegas, spending $2,000 to $3,000 every day. For a poor person, it can be earning at least $40 or $60 to put meals, be a provider.
Okay, so how has the American dream changed over time?
I think so. Americans have become lazy.
We're talking
More.
about from like the 1600s, John Winthrop, to like now Donald Trump and America and stuff. How do you think the American dream has changed?
I think so. We feel that we are like entitled to all the things, We're entitled to everything. Entitled to good house, good cars, entitled to the whole concept of working hard to achieve it has gone out of the window. And I think so the problem lies with the government in a bit because they enable a lot of behavior. The workforce is not responsible. More and more people are, I do understand that everybody needs some kind of a help and support system. But I think so American government enables way too many people and rewards people who really don't want to work.
Right.
And that, I don't know, I work hard, I don't have no benefits, but sometimes I do wonder, where is my tax money going,
Mm-hmm.
Is it really in responsible hands? Is being taken care of by the lawmakers, the Congress? Are they really taking a proper care of that thing?
Right. So now going back to your whole "we're getting lazy" thing, would you say that would describe the difference between like the American dream of like a natural born citizen as compared to an immigrant? How would you say their American dreams would differ?
Well, when immigrants come, they go through a lot of persecution to come here. to get that much money, to get an air ticket, to get the visa and all that stuff. So it's, I think so. It's a very hard earned. They come here, they try to achieve the goal. They have targets, they have goals set in their mind what they achieve. Natural born citizen, again, it's a whole thing is that they're entitled to everything. It's like certain rights, and they want to misuse the rights, you know. And I think so. I think so. That's what the whole laziness comes.
Right. What is your American dream, and have you achieved it?
My American dream was to bring my son here to the United States and be bring him up as a good citizen. And I've always admired the tenacity of the citizens here. And I think so there are many people who really hold the weight of the society on their shoulders in this country. I think so I have achieved my American dream. I have a house, I have a good car, got a good job. I am providing the best. I'm raising my son with moral, you know, and making him responsible citizens. And now he needs to make sure that he does not misuse the luxuries he's having, and be a responsible citizen. I think that that's what we need to. Our civic duty is to be responsible. That's what I think. As an American citizen, that's what we need to do.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Monroe. How are you doing? So, what is the American dream, and to what extent is it achievable for all Americans?
I would say the American dream is being able to reach as far as you can for your ability, with your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the second part?
To what extent is it achievable for all, like people in the United States? How can everyone in the United States achieve it? And do you think everyone can achieve it?
I can say you can work towards it, but it all depends what your achievement is. If your achievement is to be a billionaire, that may be out of the ballpark. You may end up only being a millionaire, but that's still not a bad way to go.
Okay. In what ways does the American dream mean different things for different Americans of like different socioeconomic classes?
Well, it means different things. For some people, it may be graduating, just getting out of high school. Some people may be going to college, getting their master's, getting their PhD. Some people maybe want to become a plumber or electrician. It's what they're all aware of their wants and wishes are, and what they want to do, and what they're going to be happy doing.
Right. How's the American dream changed over time?
I think it's changed over time because of people. It's gotten more complex. Where before it was basically, it used to be, let's just stay alive. And now it's gotten to the point where let's stay alive, but I have to have my cell phone and my ITV and everything else, and it's been more materialism added to it. And so I think they've lost sight of a lot of what's going on and what they can do because they see material things now, the tangible things.
Right. Now, how do you think the American dream is different, but like from a person who's an immigrant compared to a person who's naturally born, poor, rich, people of different walks of life? How do you think the American dream is different for everybody?
For a natural born citizen, it's pretty much they consider it a God-given right that they can do anything they want to do. Where a person coming here from a foreign country, I think, has to work harder at it because he knows what it means.
Right.
And takes more of it for self-worth and takes it more personal.
What is your American dream, and have you achieved it?
Well, I'm 64 years old and still alive, so there are things I haven't done, but there's things I've done. So it all moderates out. I think I've done fairly well.
What was your American dream? Did you say?
I didn't say.
You didn't say?
The typical American dream when I was growing up was, to grow up, get a steady job, have a house, kids, family, and be productive in the community. So I think I've done that.
That's good. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
After careful inspection of the responses each person has supplied, it is apparent that the stereotypical American dream is to obtain a quality education, make a decent living, buy a house, raise a family, and assure their financial security before inevitably departing forever. However, elements unique in a few of the responses were how the American dream influences character. The very essence of being an American is not just about the exponential monetary increase over the years, but rather how an individual can use their skills and talents to do what is right and further better humanity. Not many realize how drastically different the American dream was back in the old times, where society closely mirrored that of the one in Fences, a setting where African Americans, who were recently emancipated, had to work harder than ever before in order to create some sense of financial stability and send their children off to college. In contrast to today's society, where the only thing people fight hard for is their sense of self-entitlement. A society in which it is a widely held belief that you can make money with very little work. Because of this, the American dream has been shrouded by a veil, hiding what it really is. However, it is through the actions of the outliers through which the true essence of the American dream can be uncovered. It is through the actions of those like Huckleberry Finn, raised from childbirth without using society as a pacifier, from whom the true American dream can be seen unfold.